Welcome, listener. This is our first episode, and it's a bit rough.
Yeah, I mean, when we started this podcast, I don't think we really knew what we were doing.
No, we had poor equipment and didn't really have the outline of the show.
The structure.
The format correct. I think we have it now.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that looking at where we came from Coco to the current episode,
we're much, much better. So we recommend that before listening to this episode, maybe listen to one of our more recent episodes and judge us from there.
Correct. These episodes are evergreen. You don't really have to listen to them in order, although it is kind of fun to listen to them in order and see how we progress and how we get better.
Right, but really you could listen to them at any time, anywhere, however. But before you judge us on this episode, maybe give one of the newer ones a chance and go back from there.
Yeah, and clearly it keeps getting better because we keep getting more listeners. So give us a shot.
And we just get better at doing this. You know, we have a pretty good rhythm of we know what we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
In this episode, in the first few 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe
I don't know if it's
so
that
much.
many.
Yeah, you know, but
also I think this is pretty normal for most podcasts. If you go back to any podcast, the first 5 episodes are just not as good.
I agree. But, I mean, if you start, 10 after, you're definitely going to get a good episode. The first few are rough, but they're good, but they're just a little rough. So please, give us a chance.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, and enjoy. Welcome to At the Disney Movies with the Hearts.
I thought we were going with we were doing At Disney Movies with David and Kelly.
We'll see.
Or is it At the? I keep getting confused.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
It's the first episode. It's fine.
Okay. So yeah, I'm Kelly.
I'm David.
And this is At the, or maybe just At Disney Movies with David and Kelly. We'll figure it out. I don't know.
Or maybe with the Hearts.
Possible. Yeah, we'll figure it out. So, what exactly are we doing?
Watching Disney movies, I guess.
All the movies, but not really all of them. We narrowed the list down. But
so no Marvel.
Yeah, no Marvel.
No Star Wars.
No Star Wars. And no other companies they own, like Touchstone. Yeah. But we are including Pixar because they did produce those.
Things that were Disney produced, yeah.
Yeah, which technically the Marvel ones are, but not really. It's Marvel Studios, so it's different.
Yeah.
But basically, we got Disney Plus, so we have this access to all these movies now. So
oh, please.
I was like, oh, hey, why don't we just watch all these movies and do a podcast of it? Because there are a couple of similar podcasts, but most of them only watch the animated movies. And they just go in order, but we're not really going to be going in order.
We're not going to just watch animated movies.
No, we're going to watch all of the old live action ones too, and the new ones. But basically, we'll just generate a random number.
Do they make new non-animated movies?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
There's new ones on there. Oh, and we took off the documentary ones too. The Disney nature ones are not on there either.
That'd be rough to talk about.
Yeah. But so there's 400 movies on the list right now, including Frozen 2 that is coming out next week. But it just sounded better than 399 movies.
Yeah.
So basically each week we'll generate a random number and look on the spreadsheet and figure out what movie it is, and then we'll go from there. But
we'll probably put out the spreadsheet so you can see what number is what. Just to see we're not cheating.
That's true. We're not oh, wow, oh my gosh, weird. It's Hercules, my favorite Disney movie. I don't know how that happened. And now if it gets Hercules, it's going to be really suspicious. It would make me happy. But you haven't really watched a lot of Disney movies.
No, I haven't seen very many of them. I did not grow up as a Disney fan.
That's because you're old.
No.
I mean, really.
There's plenty of people my age that were very into Disney. I just wasn't.
Yeah, but like
I was too cool.
I was a little kid literally when like the best Disney movies came out.
Is that true?
Yeah, like when like Little Mermaid and Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast.
You were born when Little Mermaid came out. I was 9, so.
Well, okay, that's true. But we watched a lot of Disney movies when I was a kid.
And I did.
Like,
so.
A lot. But like we watched ones that not other people watched, like I don't know, most kids like watch like Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast and those ones over and over again. We watched like The Rescuers and Old Yeller.
I bet you'll find that lots of people watch those. I have a sneaking suspicion.
I don't know, like we never had Little Mermaid, but for some reason that was my favorite one as a
think
child.
that one was, it was the big one though.
But then do you even have a favorite Disney movie?
I mean, I guess like The Lion King, that just seems like it's because I've seen it.
But like is there any movie on the list that you're really looking forward to watching? Or not looking forward to watching?
I can't say that there's anything I'm looking forward to watching because I don't know. I haven't seen them. I don't really know how many of these 70s live action movies I'm really looking forward to
I'm pretty sure they're going to be amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the ones before the 70s are going to be all right, and the ones after might be all right, but
What's wrong with the 70s?
Do I really want to watch Herbie Rides Again or Super Dad? I don't even know if Super Dad is animated, honestly, but
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, exactly.
So like I've seen a lot of these, but I haven't seen anywhere close to the 400, so I'm really excited.
Or Run, Cougar, Run.
I have no idea what that is.
Exactly.
I know what Charlie the Lonesome Cougar is only because like my sister had it as an adult, like on VHS, and I remember I was over at her house and we watched it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to rewatching the ones that I remember liking a lot as a kid, but then maybe seeing if they're actually good or if it's just nostalgia.
Ooh, actually, I am looking forward to seeing Song of the South just because it's so salacious.
I don't even know how we're gonna find that.
We'll find it
somewhere. I'm pretty sure that Disney burned all of the copies of Their Shame.
That movie. People have it.
But I'm actually the one movie I'm not really looking forward to watching, and it's kind of controversial because it's pretty beloved, is Lilo and Stitch. I really don't like that movie.
I guess in the same vein, Frozen is super boring, so I don't really want to watch that again.
Probably not say that
no,
right
off
the bat.
I'll say
like
that.
First episode, like, oh hey, this movie that everybody's in love with, I hate.
They like the songs. It's just boring.
Well, so I mean that'll be kind of good because we have two very different perspectives on these movies.
All right, so I think we should probably wrap up this little intro.
Wait, we should pick the
first movie. That's what I'm saying.
But like, how are we gonna are we gonna talk about how we're gonna different what we're gonna discuss in each of these movies?
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
So we'll talk about the story, of course, whether the overall story as a whole, and the message, how well they accomplished that. Probably, I would imagine. The characters, of course, the music and the score, the songs, probably the acting, the voice acting. The visuals, the animation, the art, and there's probably some other stuff, and maybe just the overall. Should we give it any kind of rating, overall?
I think we'll score it. I don't know that we've hammered that part out, but we'll find a scoring system that we like.
Okay.
I give it 2.5 castles.
We'll figure it out. But so do you want to open? I'm actually really excited to see what it's going to be something really stupid probably, but
so we're going to use random.
So basically we on the spreadsheet we have so this list I basically copied from the D23 website, which is the official Disney fan club, but then I copied it onto a Excel sheet and then I just deleted all of the Marvel movies, all of the Disney nature, they had all the Touchstone movies on there, which I was as a thing, and so there was a lot of like R-rated movies on there.
Which would have been awesome for me.
But it's not. Maybe once we're done with all 400 because I mean, it's going to be 400 plus because they keep adding more. So
if we make it through all 400 of these, I will give you $20. Like
you'll give me $20. I mean, I can't wait because we share finances, so that would be $20. Really, out of 400 episodes.
I'll do something special because if there's 400 episodes, that will be an incredible accomplishment.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting project.
Right.
I think it'll be fun. Okay,
Are you
so
ready?
I'm kind of nervous for what the first one is, but go ahead.
Generating our result 388, so a new movie.
Oh, that's gonna be like a really new one. I'm so scared. Okay, survey says. Let me scroll down.
Ooh, I know what it is, and neither of us have seen it.
Hold on. Wait, you don't know that I haven't seen it. Hold on.
I know what it is. I see it on my list.
Hold on. Let me look. Oh my god, I've been wanting to watch this. Okay,
I told you.
I'm really excited now. Okay, so our first movie is actually Coco, which came out in 2017. So I've actually been saying that for like a couple months now. Like, oh, I really want to watch that.
So we know what it's about then. We know it's about the Day of the Dead.
Yeah. And I've heard that it's really sad.
Oh, great.
So I'm just warning
fest.
you. I'm probably going to have a lot of tears in all of these movies because they make me have a lot of feelings. But yeah, so we're going to watch Coco. So typically, I mean, we kind of already know what it's about. We both haven't seen it. But I think typically when we generate the movie at the end of each episode, if we haven't seen it, we can try to guess what it's about.
Yeah, we will try and guess.
And figure it out.
And yeah, the selections will come at the end of each episode. So at the end of this episode, we'll be selecting the second movie.
Okay. So we're going to watch this movie then.
Yeah. We're going to have to.
All right. Oh, I'm so excited. I really wanted to watch that movie, so.
Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, don't let it make you cry. For even if I'm far away, I hold you in my heart. I sing a secret song to you each night we are apart.
So we just watched Coco.
Coco.
We literally just finished watching it like 15 minutes ago.
They don't even know that.
Well, I need to know that. So what were your overall impressions? Or I guess, how did it compare with what you thought it was going to be?
I honestly had no idea what it was going to be. It was better than I thought it would be. It was good. So
yeah, I knew it was about Day of the Dead, like we kind of talked about earlier.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
But I didn't really know what the story was going to be, and I knew that there was something just from other stuff I had heard that like he was like something anti-music, something like a Footloose situation. But but I didn't know that the background of it or anything. So yeah, what did you like about it?
It had a good, yeah. So I liked it. Like I said, I liked it, but there's nothing like special about it. It was a good movie. And it moved quickly. I liked that it moved quickly, even though it was a longer movie.
See, I felt like it moved pretty quickly up until it got to like the 70% mark. And then I felt like it took forever to get to the end of the movie.
I can agree with that. They definitely stretched the end out a little bit more than they needed to. Like that whole scene with De La Cruz at the end could have been cut by 5 to 10 minutes, and it would have been a better movie that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. It made me have a lot of feelings at the end of the movie. But that's pretty normal.
I didn't have any feelings.
Well, you don't ever have any feelings about
That's
stuff like this.
That's not true. It just didn't hit any buttons. I mean, it was fake for the most part. I mean,
Yeah.
That doesn't help. I mean, if he would have died, I don't know what they would have said. Like, what, he died huffing paint or something? Like, didn't make that. That was one of the points I didn't think made any sense. Like,
Wait, which part?
that if he wouldn't have made it out, he would have died. But how the hell would he, like?
Would they have explained how he died?
Yeah, that's what
don't
I'm
know.
saying. Like, what did he do? Overdose on paint? Did he like break his neck falling through that window to get to the guitar, even though it was like 2 feet?
I don't know. That would
That
have
to
been
me
interesting.
just seemed like a weird hole. But be that as it may,
Well, and I didn't really know anything about Dia de los Muertos
I still don't.
at
but,
all.
Yeah.
What do you mean you still don't?
Well, how do we know any of that's true?
Well, no, because I knew. Okay, I did know a little bit. I knew it was like about remembering your ancestors, and you have to put like offerings out for them. I think that's what it, because they like Disney supposedly brought in like consultants from Mexico for this movie.
Consultants from
No,
Mexico.
they hired consultants to make sure it was culturally accurate with like what their beliefs are and the depictions of Mexico.
That seems like they went way too far than they needed to. If that's the case. Did you ever realize that we have one of those things like hanging up in our living room?
Well, now I do. I hadn't thought about it. Is that, did you know that that's what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, and for everybody who can't look, we have one of those Day of the Dead dolls hanging in our living
Like
room.
skeleton things hanging
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I didn't know that. I just thought it was something that you found that you liked. But,
No.
well, that's interesting. So, is there any specific, like, scene that you really, or, like, segment that you really, really liked out of the movie?
I really liked the point with Miguel and Hector when they didn't really know who each other were, when they met and they were kind of going through up to the point where he lost him for a minute.
So, you liked the whole part
Where they got on stage. That part was fun.
yeah.
You know.
I-
Him lying to him a little bit, like, being dodgy. That was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good spot. The family chasing him.
Yeah. I think my favorite part actually was when he first went into the land of the dead and you saw all the lights everywhere. Like that animation was really cool.
Yeah. The visually is a fantastic movie. I mean,
There was a lot happening.
the gigantic Christmas tree shanty town that is the zombie prison of the Day of the Dead was good.
I don't know that I would call it a zombie prison, but
Hey, what else are you gonna call it?
yeah. But I don't know. The music was okay. There's really only 2 songs that are memorable, I think.
Make me un poco loco, un poquitito loco. The way you keep me guessing, I'm nodding and I'm yesing. Now count it as a blessing that I'm only un poco loco.
I'm gonna say that the music was
I think it was
oddly
one of the
enough,
weaker points
the
of the
weakest
movie.
point of the movie because I couldn't tell you anything other than the name of the song of Remember Me. I couldn't even really. It just didn't pop, and that was. I mean, that to me is a defining part of a Pixar movie is that the music is not gonna come
I
home
mean,
with
Disney
you.
movie in general.
No, Disney movies are gonna have good.
Oh,
music.
so you're saying Pixar movies
don't
really that? Yeah, I could see
What
that.
what
That's
Pixar
true.
movie has a real banger coming out of it? Yeah. Yeah.
Toy Story has the
No,
"You've Got a Friend
negative.
in Me" song.
That is not cool at all.
Okay, but and I really liked the cemetery scene at the beginning too. Do you remember that when he's going out there and
Running through to get the guitar.
yeah, like it was really visually appealing to me.
Yeah. I can give you that. I can give you that. I mean, kid had a horrible family, bunch of miserable shoemakers.
Yeah, his grandmother was kind of
His
terrible.
abuelita.
Yeah, it was not.
Yeah.
But it was kind of interesting because towards the beginning, when she like gets all upset because he has all those like hidden treasures, that was like a pretty much copying Little Mermaid.
Or any other
No, but
trophy
like
movie.
it's literally like he has this secret world and then she like destroys everything.
See-
And that's exactly what happens in Little Mermaid. Is her dad like finds her like hidden cove and then just destroys everything.
I have a feeling that this is going to be a trope that comes up a lot, along with the dumb dog. For some reason,
I love the dog.
I want to. Yeah, of course you do. Everybody loves the dumb blank in all of these movies, and I want to know when this started.
Dante was his name.
When did they start putting the just absolutely ridiculously stupid character that everybody's like, oh, that thing is so cute and funny?
Probably since the very beginning in Snow
wanna
White
know-
with Dopey. Literally, his
No.
name is Dopey.
No, but Dopey's not like a brainless.
Well, kind of.
No,
I mean, it's his name.
he's still
But you mean like
Worse.
the sidekick character, kind of.
not even the sidekick, but the side kick, the outside kick.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even though in this movie, yeah, they always save the day. But I want to know when that started.
When the sidekick animal would save the day.
Just when the really dumb thing became a real thing for every single one of these type of movies.
I don't know. I don't know that it is in every single one.
We're gonna
but-
find out. See,
I
that's
guess-
the thing.
I guess
is
we are gonna
will
find out. But one thing that actually, this is a really little thing, but I don't know why it bothered me. But at the very end, when they're fighting with the De La Cruz guy, and he's like holding the lady by her arm, and the whole movie people have been like breaking their arms off. I'm like, why don't you just break your arm?
That
like,
is very true.
that didn't really make sense to
Yeah,
me.
it didn't track at all.
It was a small thing, but
yeah.
that was like a key thing that people were doing throughout the entire movie, was like breaking apart their bodies into different things.
Yeah, one time Hector jumped off that thing and like broke apart and sprang back together. I mean,
Yeah, or like when the two, like I think they were like his uncles or something, they like ripped
The
their arms
TOs
off
for
when they were like
nunchucks.
fighting. Yeah, fighting
Yeah.
the guys. Like I don't know. It was pretty good.
Yeah, there's nothing bad to say about
No.
it, but there's nothing like, oh my god, I'm gonna remember this. Like in a week, I ain't gonna remember jack about this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I was a person of Mexican culture, it might
No.
mean more to me. I don't know. Maybe.
Nah.
I think what I am going to remember most is the visual part of it. That it was very visually appealing.
Yeah, it definitely was.
But what about the story? Like overall, like what did you think about the story?
It was good. It had the De La Cruz thing was a nice twist that I didn't expect.
Did you
That's
not
part of
expect
what
it
made it
until
good.
it happened?
Yeah.
Until he was like, oh, see, I actually was thinking that, like, when he was like, oh, like, we used to play music together and blah, blah, and I was like, I wonder if that's actually, the De La Cruz guy is not really, and he kept saying, oh, it's my grandson, it's my grandson, it's my grandson. I'm like, maybe he's not really your grandson. But it was pretty good, though. I liked it.
I didn't see it coming. Maybe I'm dumb.
No, I don't think you're dumb, honey. I also like a lot of the like I don't know. There were the characters didn't like there was like Miguel the little boy and Hector, but like there weren't any like standout memorable characters.
No.
Like maybe his grandma because she was so mean.
No music. No music.
No.
But even that, like, there just wasn't like I don't know. Like if you ask me like tomorrow, I won't remember the names of a lot of the characters except for like the dog, Dante, and like
See, there's the dumb character.
and like the little boy, and that's about it, Miguel. But I don't know. It just didn't have those like standout Disney characters. I didn't think.
That is, I think, maybe part of the pacing is that it moved fast, but nobody got really hammered out. Nobody
Yeah.
even really had. Were there even really any scenes without
Yeah.
Miguel?
No, and you know what else was really interesting? So in really good stories, usually the characters will change, and like yes, like his family changed, but like there wasn't like the main character Miguel didn't undergo any kind of change. Like he's still the same character. I think other than respecting his family more maybe, but
Yeah,
like
that's just part of growing up in general.
there was no like he didn't go through any kind of change.
Yeah, no.
And that's in like in like most like the formula for a good story is that your characters have to undergo some sort of change.
But they changed the family.
Well, yeah, the family changed, but I don't like he didn't change at all. He was exactly the same from the beginning to the end.
I mean, and really from the beginning, like, how weak is that kid's dad and mom? Like, oh no, your grandma said you can never play music. And they're like, okay.
Like,
don't you ever do it again. It's like, come on.
Well, really the whole family, like, just because, like, even the grandma, she's like, oh, my mom said that, like, her dad was whatever, and,
yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't have those memorable Disney characters or super, super memorable songs. Like, the one song was kind of memorable, but, like, I couldn't sing it like I could sing some of the other Disney songs. I don't think.
Yeah, it might even be, even though I can't sing, that if a song is memorable, I'll probably be singing it during the podcast afterwards. So,
what else? So, we already talked about the visuals. Like, those, I think that was really the strongest point of the whole thing.
yeah.
What else did I write down in my notes? Oh, and that, like, randomly they would throw in a word in Spanish.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was fine. I thought that was good. I think they implemented that well, because they couldn't do it in a way where you wouldn't understand how the story went.
I know. Maybe I wish it was, like, more. Like, I don't know. I just wish it was more.
You know what's funny is that the most memorable character in that actually is probably De La Cruz, because he's a sociopath.
Movie. He is a sociopath. Yeah. That's true.
Still, there's not a lot to say.
No, and
that's what's weird about how. So, afterwards we looked and saw how well reviewed it was.
Yeah, because it got a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is really high.
That actually brings back my point of where you can't say anything bad about it, so nobody really gave it bad reviews, and that's going to give you your 97. Like,
yeah, I mean, you can say bad stuff about it, but
really,
well, yeah, like I said, it just didn't have the memorable songs for me, and it didn't have I did like the song he sang when he did the performance,
right? But they weren't bad.
No, they weren't bad. They just weren't memorable.
They just weren't bangers,
which is ironic considering the
That's
whole theme of the movie is about remembering, but
yeah.
This movie this is a fun fact, was more popular in China than in the U.S., which I thought was kind of strange.
Nah, that's fine. I could see that.
It did win 2 Oscars. It won Best Animated Film in 2018 and Best Song.
Best song?
The Remember Me song.
For real?
Yeah. And it was up against songs from The Greatest Showman, which I thought which is a musical, which is kind of strange. But for animated films, it was up against Loving Vincent, The Breadwinner, Ferdinand, and The Boss Baby. So it didn't really have much
weak field
competition.
Yeah.
I don't really think that The Boss Baby was probably going to be better.
Oh, yeah.
They don't usually have a lot of choices for animated feature film, though. Usually it's always...
when there's only one company that really pumps them out.
I know.
Kind of tends to put the kibosh on competition.
Yeah. But I don't know. There was something just not there with the story. Like, I don't know. Just the story I felt was really weak.
Really? Thought it was okay.
Like,
Once
no,
again,
I mean,
it's just okay.
Like, I don't know. I think you probably, I feel like you liked it more than I did.
Yeah, I probably did.
Like, even though I got emotional at the end of the movie.
Right.
But that's just because I have feelings. But
yeah. So let's rate this thing and let's pick the next movie. There's no reason to belabor the mediocrity.
So what would you rate this out of 100?
Give it 72.
72? That's actually lower than I thought you were going to give it.
It's average. It's an average movie. It's a C.
So I was going to give it actually a 78%. That's why I thought you were going to give it like an 85. So you gave it a 72%, and I gave it a 78%. Okay. So should we pick the next movie?
I have it pulled up.
Am I doing the random number generator?
No, I got the random number
Okay.
generator. And our number is going to be 50.
Oh, this is going to be an old one. It's probably going to be a live action one. Okay, 50.
So, oops.
I'm kind of
Number
nervous.
50 is Swiss Family Robinson.
Oh, okay. I feel Swiss Family Robinson. So I feel like I've seen this like once when I was a kid.
There's a good chance I've also seen it as a kid, but boy, I couldn't tell you what it is.
So wait. Okay, what do you
what it's about.
What do you think it's about?
It's about people like I'm not sure. It's like I think that they're lost somewhere or in the wilderness somewhere or something.
Yeah. From what I remember, they're like they get stuck on an island or something, and they have
that
to
what it is?
like MacGyver all of these things together to like. But I don't remember, and I feel
it
like
is live action, right?
yes, it's live action.
Oh boy. Okay, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's live action. But when was it released?
1960.
1960. Oh my goodness. Okay. So that'll be next time. We'll review Swiss Family Robinson.
Yep. So if you like this, subscribe to it. And
Yeah, and so this is at Disney Movies with David and Kelly.
Yeah.